Hi, welcome back to Mac's Name, Horsemanship and Baby Steps. Well, and this will probably be one of the last ones, if not the last video I'm going to make, because you've seen before I've already trailered this horse, and all we have left to do is trailer the other one, which I'm going to do today, right after this, because, well, actually this horse is kind of interesting, and I said before, sometimes you got to start all over again. Well over 30 times I've caught and haltered this horse. Hasn't been a problem. She's been getting fantastic. She'll just walk right up to me, let me put the halter on, no problem. Today, nope, you ain't catch me. And it actually just took us about half to 3/4 of an hour to catch her and put the halter on her. Because every time I got near her, she'd go running off, kicking and bucking, and she thought this was great fun avoiding me, but she didn't realize I don't quit. I don't go away. I just kept following her around, spinning the lead like I showed you before in another video. So that's what we did. We did that for about half, 3/4 of an hour, and, well, we got a horse because we taught her to be caught. Now, I want to show you something else with this one, too, is progress. I mentioned that in another video, is progress that we've been making on different things and how much the horse has improved. And I want to show you some progress with this one. Well, at least I hope so. Worked last time I tried it. Okay, come on. Good girl. Good girl. Now back. There we go. Well, I did that, well, partly to show you the progress that we've made with her, and partly to show you the other method of loading that I prefer. Now, when it's first time in the trailer, not much choice. You're probably going to have to go get in the trailer. And I had to with this one, and I probably will with the next one. But if I have a choice, I'd rather stand on the ground and send the horse in, and because that's the safest way to do things, is stay out of the trailer, because that way if the horse does get excited and spin around and come flying back out, you're not in the way. You're not going to get hurt. You just take a little step back off to the side, and you're completely out of harm's way. And that was something I wanted to show you. We haven't been working on this a lot. This is a combination of she trusts me, and I told you, you got to get that send working good. And that's part of what that is. I sent her into the trailer. And she's actually only been in this trailer about 5 times now. We haven't done this a whole lot. So I just thought that that was, you want to go in again? Oh, she just wants to check it out. She doesn't really want to go in. Oh, there. Halfway in, keep going. Well, things aren't always perfect. And considering she's only been in this trailer maybe 5 times. Okay, back up, dear. Back. Back. Good girl. There we go. And, well, like I said, considering she's only been in the trailer 5 times, I'm not expecting too much from her. I'm actually surprised. She's actually done that twice where I could just send her in now. And like I said, only been in the trailer 5 times. And well, I did that, like I said, I wanted to show you the other way I like to load and the progress we've made. And it's lead up to what we're going to be doing with the other one, because in a minute I'm going to switch the halter over to the other one, and I'm going to bring her out, and I'm going to trailer load her, and you'll get to see how that goes. And I have no idea at this point how long or short this video is going to be because of that. This one was actually a little bit shorter than I expected. Maybe that one will be too, but then again, maybe she's going to display some of the reactions that you're quite likely to incur, which I'm not going to be upset if she does, because then I can show you and, well, tell you how to deal with them, because there is a few things with this one you did not get to see. And there's significant things that, well, you need to know, because trailer loading can very easily go wrong. It can be done wrong, and the results can be really bad. So I'm just going to pause the camera for a few minutes here and do a little more work with her. She's a little antsy today because of all the flies around, and she's just being a bit of a brat today too, I think, just in general. I think she's cycling for the first time in her life, because she's a year old now, and they can do that early. And so I think that's what's happening, and she just doesn't know quite what to do with herself, because all of a sudden these hormones are raging around in there, and she feels a little different, and So she's going to act a little bit different, and because she's between the flies and that, yeah, this is not the same horse we've had with us before. So anyhow, I'll get back to you in a minute. We're back with the other horse, in case you haven't noticed. And well, she's never been in this trailer before. Well, not this one. She has actually been in a trailer before, but I don't know how that went. Because, well, that's how she got here. And apparently she has been trailered twice. It's my understanding. I don't know much. I don't know how it went, how it was done, any of that stuff. And I do know she was quite young when it happened. So it could have actually been rather traumatic because she was completely untrained at the time. And, well, when people deal with completely untrained horses, sometimes the way they do it, just out of necessity, it becomes a rather traumatic experience for the horse. Now, we're going to try and get her in here. And last time I let her past the back of the trailer, she was much better, as she is today. She's quite close to the trailer. But just in case she gets a little squirrely and starts running backwards, I'm going to be ready for it. Because if she does, I want to show you that, because that's something the other one didn't do. And although I don't really want her to do it, I'd prefer she didn't. But at the same time, I'd like to show you what to do to deal with that, because it's pretty simple. It's not as scary as it seems. Quite often when a horse gets right up to the trailer, at the last second, they'll rear up and then start running backwards. And it's actually very easy to deal with. Just in case she doesn't do it, I'll explain it. You go with the horse. If the horse runs backwards, you go as far as that horse goes, but keep pressure on the lead. Just keep pulling on the lead. You know, not hard. You're not getting in a tug of war. You're not trying to stop the horse or anything. You just want the horse to realize that as long as it's moving backwards, there's going to be pressure on that halter. And then as soon as it stops and takes a single step forward, you release. And it doesn't matter if you're like way over there, a long ways from the trailer. Doesn't matter. What matters is that the horse learns that moving in the right direction is the right thing to do. You pull on the lead, you put pressure on. If it moves forward, that pressure goes away. So it's very simple. Go backwards away from the trailer, pressure goes on. Move towards the trailer, pressure goes away. So with this one, I'm going to do virtually the exact same thing as the other one. Just going to give her a little time to sniff at the trailer and satisfy her curiosity. She doesn't seem to be overly concerned about the trailer, so I don't think we have to worry too much. But yeah, okay, there. She took a step backwards, so I'm going to put there you go. I just put a tiny bit of pressure on to ask her to come forward again. And she stepped right back up. Her one foot, you might not be able to see it, but it's almost at the back of the trailer. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit of pressure on, see if she'll step one more, move that other one forward. Yep, she will. Now both front legs are they're not very far, maybe a hand width away from the trailer. I wonder if I can get her to step up in here. She's exploring. I don't really want to rush her, because nothing takes longer than getting in a hurry. I've said that before. And we're all about going slow. So take a step forward, dear. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. She didn't come in, but she took and set that foot in the trailer with conviction. It was a try. And that's something you got to be completely content with. And we're going to do that again. Now I'm going to put a little pressure on again. I let her have a release there because she stepped in. And I let her take a rest outside. Now I'm going to put pressure on again. Ask her to take a step forward. See what happens. She's trying to go off to the side. She's trying her options here. And then running off to the side is one that many horses will do. And there was a little bit of head shake there. But we don't let that deter us. It wasn't much. Our reaction is pretty mild there. No. Come on, dear. Come. Yes, you can come in. It's okay. There's no monsters in here. Now you see, she just took a step backwards. I didn't release. I just held on to the lead, and I'm barehanded today, and as usual, a thumb and a forefinger. That's all that was holding the lead, keeping the pressure on, and that will stay on until she takes a step forward. When she takes a step forward, I don't care if she doesn't stay in here. If she takes because both her front feet are pretty close to the trailer right now, so she pretty much has to put one in at this point. And if she does, I'm going to give her complete release, tell her she's a good girl, and leave her alone. Oh, no. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's the kind of slightly more violent reaction that you might get. And when that happens, don't let go. Go with them. Just keep pressure on, and then they'll realize, well, that didn't work. Pressure didn't go away. Now, this halter's a little too big for her. Good girl. So I'm trying to stay down low with the lead so that I'm not just pulling on the side of her face or something like, hey, there you go. You saw the buckle got right over top of her nose there. Because this halter is a little bit too big for her, so that can happen. So I'm trying to keep the lead down low. Now I'm going to put a little pressure on it, and I'm going to wait. And I'm watching the feet. They're going backwards. She's trying to, now she took a step forward. I gave her a release. Now, I don't want her going that way. I'm going to put the pressure on again and wait for her to take a step forward. Even if she doesn't come in the trailer, she's far enough back now, she can take a step forward without coming in. And this whole process might take a while. Hope it doesn't take too long, because I just noticed there's some big black clouds headed this way. There we go. She stepped forward, stepped back, forward. And you see how this is working? I'm having trouble saying it as fast as it's happening, but she's going back and forth and back and forth, and every time she backs up, the pressure goes on. When she steps forward, the pressure releases. And we're just going to keep doing this. And like I said, I hope it doesn't take too long, because there are some big black clouds headed this way. And I'd like to get this done before the rain comes. One of the nice things about living in the prairies is you can actually see the bad weather coming for quite a distance. I was in South Carolina visiting for a while there a couple years back, and the area that I was in, the terrain is quite hilly and lots of trees, and you don't get to see that big black cloud until it's too late. And if somebody hollers storm, you better take shelter immediately. You don't have time. Here, I can look at the horizon, and I can make plans for the next hour outside without fear of, depending on how fast they're moving. I don't think they're moving horribly fast today. Okay, there we go. And she went forward. See, I released. No, she's going the wrong way again. There, she go forward. Good. This is a bit of a balancing act here. You got to have fairly quick reactions sometimes, because she also thought about going off to the side there right after she reared up a bit and went backwards a bit. And as soon as she tried going off to the side, I had to put the pressure back on right away. I wouldn't have done that, because when she came down, she did come back forward. I gave her release, but unfortunately at that moment, she immediately went to the side. I had to put pressure on again. So now, I haven't had pressure on her here for a little while. I'm leaving her alone. She's standing behind the trailer, being a good girl. So now I'm going to put a little pressure on and ask her to come in again. At which point she might say, heck no, and do the rear up and back up thing again. This might happen quite a few times. You could be at this for a couple hours. But when you do eventually get the horse to come in the trailer, oh, here she goes again, and forward she comes. Oh, and she did the same thing again. No, you can't go over there, dear. No, that's not a good place. That's not where the answer is. Yeah, the answer's in here. Good girl. Yeah, you can sniff at that all you want. I don't care. You got enough room there you can move one leg. Yeah, you can do this. Come on. No. Now this is getting a little weird sometimes, because at one point there, she was actually moving her head away, but her feet were moving towards the trailer. And that's where it gets a little tough, because I have to react accordingly. It's very important that I am on top of things at all times doing this, and so that she gets the right message. Come on, dear. Come on. Again, I'm keeping the line tight. A finger and a thumb, that's it. That's all that's holding it. And I'm watching closely for any movement. Even if, at this point, even if she doesn't move her feet, because it'd be very difficult for her to move them at all without actually stepping into the trailer. But if she was to even rock her body forward, I'd give her release for that. She doesn't have to actually move the feet. If she moves the body, that's kind of an intention. She was considering it, and that's what you want. If she's even thinking about it, if she leans forward, that means she's thinking about it. And even just thinking about it is sometimes that's all you need. If they're just thinking about it, considering it. And come on, sweetie. Now I might have to. She's not doing anything at all. So I'm going to start rocking her head back and forth, and hopefully we're going to get some kind of a reaction out of her here. One way or another, it really doesn't matter what. My hand's getting tired there. I also just spent a half an hour spinning a lead rope with that hand too, so. Come on, sweetheart. You can come in. I know you can. I know you can do it. You can do it, dear. I'm going to go way off to this side here. That foot almost lifts because I'm getting her off balance here. Let's see what happens with the other one, but I don't have as much room on this side. Like I said, this might take a while. I don't know. You probably can't even see me very good in the trailer because, mind you, it's overcast today. At least I don't have the sun right behind me. So there's a chance that maybe you can see me. I don't know. Modern technology, cameras, all that good stuff. I don't know how this works. They kind of have a thing of their own. You really don't want to come on. Oh, you're back. Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. See, that was both good and bad at the same time there. At one point, when she came back down, she actually put one foot in the trailer, which she realized was a mistake and quickly pulled back out. But as soon as she came back down, she stepped forward too. So I gave her a release. Now I'm going to ask her to move forward again. Good girl. Yes, you are. Oh, she's moving. Oh, she's saying, no, I don't want to. I don't want to. She's being much more difficult than the other horse. This is good, sort of. I mean, I'd like it if she'd just walk right in. But if this is what we get, this is what we get. And by the way, I did no groundwork with her before I turned the camera on either. And that's probably a mistake. I probably should have actually done a little groundwork with her, just to get her focus on me and get her sharper to cues and that sort of thing. And groundwork can consist of all kinds of things, just having them move back and forth, disengage, driving them, some side passing, whatever they know. And that all works towards this. Now, I didn't do any of that. None of it. I went out in the pasture, I caught her, put a halter on her, brought her out here and turned the camera on. That's it. So I haven't done anything in preparation for this. I mean, I've done lots of things in preparation for this, but they've been on previous days. Today, nothing. All I did was go out in the pasture and catch her. Oh yeah, you want to do that, do you? No, there we go. Good girl. Now that was a good example of what can happen. Another one is she moved backwards. Now every time I take the slack out of the lead, she takes another step forward. She still won't come in the trailer yet, but she's moving in the right direction. This is good. And so actually it's great that she did go backwards as far as she did. Oh, there we go. That didn't take much, and she actually kicked the back of the trailer with her foot. Well, let's see what else we can get here. Okay, you're going to move. She says, I don't want to. But, I'm not going to get in a tug of war with her. Oh, no. There we go. Good girl. Take a step forward, please. There we go. There we go. That's a good girl. There you go. And, yeah, it was actually fun. This is the one that I have been having the problems with catching. She's not hard to catch at all anymore. In fact, the other one was giving me a really hard time today. And the whole time I was chasing her around trying to catch her, or teaching her to be caught correctly. I got a got to make sure I'm clear on this. I wasn't catching her, I was teaching her to be caught. And the whole time I was doing that, this one kept volunteering to be caught. She kept saying, how about me? How about me? It's kind of neat. So obviously that method works. She saw me spinning the lead and said, okay, you can catch me, you can catch me. Because we've gone through this with her before. There we go. And she's learning that, no, back is not the right answer. Forward will get you a release. That's a girl. Good girl. Oh, no, 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 no. There we go. She keeps bumping her nose on the corner of the trailer. That's not me doing that, I'm sorry. That's just her. There we go. Come on. You've done this before. I saw you put your feet in here already a couple times. Now she seems to have this little pattern here, and I'm just trying to think how I can make this work for me. Because every time she rears up and backs up a little, when she comes forward, she always wants to turn over that way. I'm not sure why. Well, the other horses are over that direction, so maybe she's thinking, help, come save me, these steel monsters trying to eat me. Because that's the way horses sometimes view a trailer. It's a big steel monster. It's trying to swallow them up. They don't know what this thing is. They don't know it's just a conveyance method that it's not going to hurt them a bit, unless, of course, you drive like an idiot, which I hope you don't. Just keep in mind when you have a horse and a trailer behind you, keep it in mind all the time and drive accordingly. Now, I've got lots of lead in here, but the lead to her, I've actually only got about a foot, because if she does decide to come in, I want to be able to stop her. I don't want to have her go shooting past me because I didn't have my lead short enough. Because that could be bad, because then she could spin around and next thing you know I'm wrapped up in a lead and then she goes bolting back out the door. Good girl. I don't know if you caught that, but if you're watching those front feet, they actually did move towards the trailer. She backed up a little bit, and then she came forward, and as soon as she came forward, I gave her a release. Now, she keeps turning her head towards the other horses. She's coming back easier, and now there, she just leaned forward. So I gave her a release there. She didn't take a step, but she did lean into the trailer. So that's good. She's leaning into the trailer. She's moving the right direction. That's the important thing. And you'll notice I'm not using any extra ropes, flags, whip sticks, nothing but my bare hands, a lead rope, and halter. That's it. That's all we're using, and I'm by myself too. It's another thing. A lot of people think it takes more than one person behind more than one person to load a horse, because they'll have one person behind the horse trying to shoo it into the trailer, someone up front pulling on the lead, and all this silliness, and that doesn't work. That'll just again make the trailer a bad place. You don't want to make the trailer a bad place. You want to make it a good place. But occasionally I might have to do things that are slightly unpleasant. Like I'm pulling side to side on her now to see if I can at least get her to move. Oh, there we go. She leaned in. That's okay. Oh, now she moved back. Well, this might take a while. Like I said, I should go check these clouds. I can't see that side. They're coming up from behind me. That part of the trailer. Oh, she leaned into the trailer some more. I almost missed that. I was busy talking to you. Good girl. Yes, you are. Come on. In you go, dear. Come on, sweetheart. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. And I'm trying to focus on her feet, and horses find it a little. I don't know if this is true or not. I haven't found it to be a huge issue, but a lot of people will say, first off, never wear sunglasses when you're working with a horse, and secondly, never look them straight in the eye, because that's kind of confrontational. and that can be kind of intimidating or create conflict, things like that. And whether or not either of those statements are entirely true, when it comes to wearing glasses, I kind of have to, because I'm nearsighted. I have to have glasses on of some kind. And as far as looking them in the eye, I generally try not to do that anyhow, just because I'm too busy looking at everything else. There's the feet and the rest of the body and the head and the ears and all that good stuff. You got to watch all that stuff at all times. And I actually hope she runs backwards a bit, because I want to get out and see those clouds. But I don't want to stop what I'm doing. I want to keep the pressure on so that she realizes that as long as she stays out there, the pressure stays on. Oh, here she goes. Okay. Now I can look around the corner here. Oh yeah, those clouds are a long ways off yet. We got a little time. Nice thing about living in the prairies, I got my own weather forecasting station right here, and it says that the bad weather is. Oh yeah, well, those clouds don't look like they've moved much since the last time I looked out, so I'm going to now say an hour and a half away, because they sure haven't moved much lately. And the last time I looked, I thought they might be about an hour, but they don't seem to be any closer now, so I'm going to say an hour and a half. Whereas in other places, you might be lucky if you get 5 minutes warning. So one of the benefits of where I live. In fact, depending on the day, sometimes you might be able to still go for a picnic before the storm gets here. And how far you go for a picnic. Come on, dear. Now, she did move closer to the trailer again, and every time she moved back up to the trailer, I gave her a release. And this might be a rather time-consuming thing, but this is what you got to do. And I think that other horse was a little more cooperative. There we go. She took a step in the right direction. She kind of tossed her head up and pulled it back. Now she's looking the other way, but at the same time, she moved her feet. And then, I don't know if you heard the ka-thunk there, but she actually banged the back of the trailer with the one hoof. So, making progress. Slow, but we're making progress. And if we have to, we're going to keep at this as long as it takes. So that if you want to see the real thing, this could be a long video. But this is the real thing. There's nothing set up about this. We've got a yearling little mare, filly, whatever you want to call her, that has never been in a trailer before. She's not too cool with this stuff. And it's okay, good girl, good girl. And this is what happens, and this is how we go about it. It doesn't take a second person. It doesn't take any special tools or anything like that. And but you see how she's reacting. You can expect that. That can happen. I've seen it before. Oh yeah, she's definitely considering coming in now. I just saw it. Saw it in her eye. She almost stepped in fact, without me even putting any pressure on. Come on. Come on, dear. Yeah, we're at a stalemate again. She's up to the back of the trailer, but she almost reared up again. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There. No, you got to come this way. Thank you. This way. Yeah, take a step forward. That's all you got to do. One step. I'll give you a release if you take one step forward. There we go. Good girl. Good girl. I'd like your head over here, too. Don't look at the other horses. They don't matter, and they're not going to come save you. Good girl. Now, at the moment, she turned her head into me, and she did take a step to the trailer, too. So the lead's loose. I'm just going to let her rest here a minute. Then I'm going to put pressure on again. And, well, I say a minute, okay, a few seconds anyhow. Horses don't wear watches anyhow. They don't know the difference between a minute and a second. They don't care. But I do give her a little break. Now she's looking at the other horses, so that's definitely going to get pressure put on her. Okay. Now we'll see if we can get her to move forward again. Is she going to lean in? There's actually enough. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. She reared, and then she turned and looked at the other horses. Both wrong, so pressure stayed on. As soon as she came back down and brought her head back over, we give her a release. And she actually just took a step towards the trailer too. We'll see if we can get her to do another one because she's backed up. So I'm going to put pressure back on. There we go. She moved forward. I give her instant release. And we'll leave her like that for a second, or 2 or 10 or 15. I don't know, however long it takes. As I feel like it. Now that I see that the clouds are not coming quick, I know we got a little time to finish this, so I'm not going to rush it. So, but I am going to put some pressure on again here. I don't want to take all day doing this, so I'm going to put some pressure on again. And it doesn't mean I won't have to quickly go running out the door to follow her as she backs up. I think she's already proved that she can do that. But actually not as bad as some I've seen. I've seen some that will do this much worse. I've seen some that would rear right up to the point of almost flipping right over backwards and then run backwards for, well, several trailer lengths. We can't go far because actually there's a fence right behind where my camera is sitting right now. She couldn't back up more than maybe, let's see, I don't know, most you're going to be in feet, so I'll say, what is that, about 20 feet? For those metric ones out there, let's see, 3 and between 7 meters. Something like that anyhow. She can't go very far. But I have worked with horses that would easily run backwards that far when you're trying to get them in a trailer. She actually hasn't been near, even though she has reared up a few times, that's not near as bad as what I have seen. That's actually pretty mild. I've seen much worse reactions. So if your horse has a bit of a meltdown and flips up like that, or if she's about to rear up again, nope, she decided not to that time, but she did back up now. I'll put the pressure back on again. And see if she'll take another step back forward again. You can take a step forward, dear. Yeah, you can, honestly. I know you can. Oh. You see how I had to go right out of the trailer to keep the pressure on? Now that she's back up to the trailer, I'll leave her alone. I almost got a little rope burn there because I was just switching hands with the rope, but I had to grab it tight so I wouldn't drop it. And she also pulled back a fair bit at the same time, so I might have got a mild case of rope burn there. Now I put pressure on. She took a step towards the trailer. I gave her release. Now and then she turned her head to look at the other horses, so I put the pressure back on. She turned her head back in. Well, it's still a little bit crooked. There we go. That's better. And now I give her release again. So right now she's just standing here, a state of release. We're not asking her to do anything yet, but I'm going to put pressure on again. And, oh, good girl. Actually, I saw that foot lift a little bit. I thought it was going to actually come in here. Good girl. Now you come back in here now. There we go. Good girl. Good girl. No, don't look at those horses. Good girl. Good girl. Well, I don't know what you think, but I think we're making progress. It might not seem like it. Guess what? She's still standing right at the back of the trailer. She's not in the trailer yet. Yeah, right. We're still making progress. And this is where, you know, when you're working with a horse, a lot of times you got to realize the difference between what is and is not progress. Now, at the moment, I'm going, okay, oops, she's going to do that. There we go. Good girl. Good girl. She took a step back to the trailer again. Good girl. A lot of you think, you know, trailering is about getting the horse in a trailer, right? Not necessarily. It's about progress. It's like anything. And if you can get her to move towards the trailer, you're making progress. If you can get her in the trailer, all the better. Good girl. There we go. Maybe, hopefully that'll be her last hurrah. Let's see what happens. No, she's going to try one more time. She's going to try one more time. Oh yeah, she's going to try again. And we kept the pressure on the whole time. And sometimes it's a little tricky because, you know, you need to give them a little room. And oh, by the way, don't try doing this with a really short lead, because sometimes you do have to let them out a bit, and that horse is going to run backwards faster than you can move forward, and you got to let some lead out. Good girl. You gonna take a step towards the trailer now? No, she's going to try rearing up again. Good girl. There we go. Forward. There we go. Forward. Oh, excellent. That was really nice. Now you can take a step into the trailer now. Are you going to try flipping backwards again? Oh, there she goes. Oh, she goes. Oh, not as bad that time. Yeah, I think we just made some huge progress there. It's like one guy I watch his videos a lot. He's a really good horseman, and he frequently says, "From breakdown comes breakthrough." And sometimes you'll have breakdowns before you'll have a breakthrough, and sometimes things will get pretty ugly. And you know, that's just the way it is. Oh, and here she goes again. But I managed to keep pressure on the whole time. There we go. Until she comes back to the trailer. Then I give her a release. Oh, she's backing up. I'm going to put pressure on. Give her a release. There we go. Did you see what? Did you watch? I hope you watched that. I hope you were paying attention to that. Every time she moved back, pressure went on. She moved forward, pressure went away. Right now, there's no pressure on. But her front feet are far enough away from the trailer. She can still take a step, one more step towards it. You know, she doesn't have to come in just yet. Although I'm hoping she will soon. But she's thinking about the rearing thing. We'll see if she's going to take a step forward or if she's going to try that silliness again. Oh, no, here we go again. There we go again. No. Good girl. There we go. Oh, nice. That was progress. Oh, yeah. Yes, good girl. This is tricky. Like I said, you got to be able to reel out and reel in. And, you know, as soon as she moves forward, I'm going to give her a release. There we go. Yeah. Towards the trailer. Yeah, that's better. Towards the trailer. That's better. You see? As soon as she points towards the trailer, as soon as she turns her head away, I'll put the pressure back on. But as soon as she turns her head back into the trailer, I release. Okay. Now she's got lots of distance here now. She didn't come very close, but I'm not concerned about that. Oh, good. Very nice. I barely even picked up the lead and she stepped forward. Now I'm going to see if I can get her to come. Oh, yeah. There's another step. But she did go back. Oh, now she go forward. No, I don't want your head over there, dear. There we go. Good girl. No, you didn't go backwards. You're going to figure this out eventually. Because she's getting actually quicker to come back in again. So I think she's getting this figured out, that going back like that, the pressure doesn't go away, but when she comes back in, it does. And I'm just going to bring her back up to the trailer. Oh, yeah, very easily, very easily. Good girl. Good girl. That's a good girl. Oh, no. Oh, no. What was that? That big thunk. That was your foot hitting the back of the trailer. Oh. Oh, by the way, this is not entirely unusual behavior for this horse. If she gets excited about things, she can actually flip right over. So that's why, one more reason for a long lead, you want to be able to keep enough distance between you and the horse, that if she does flip over, you don't want it to be on top of you. Hey, come on, dear. No. Oh, look at that. You came back down and the pressure went away. How about that? Oh, take a step forward, pressure goes away. Turn in, pressure goes away. Okay, so these are all things she's learning. You know, so the whole trailer thing is a little bit more complex than just the trailer. You know, she's learning that up's wrong. Turning her head is wrong. walking away is wrong. There's a lot of things that don't make the pressure go away. Now she actually caught me a little off guard on that one. She managed to pull the lead out of my one hand, so she did get slack for a second, but not much. We still managed to regain pressure while she's still out there. There we go. She's still trying this stuff, but oh, that silly girl. Don't bang your nose. I hate that when you do that. Poor girl. Don't bump your nose. I don't want you to bump your nose. You want a good girl. No, you don't get to look at the grass. Never mind that anymore. If you want to sniff at the trailer floor, you can, but you're not gonna eat grass while we're here. Okay, take a good girl. Oh, here we go again. There we go. Take a step forward. Good girl. Look in. Good girl. Is she in the trailer yet? Nope. Oh, goodness sakes. There we go. Good girl. Good girl. There we go. Okay, she's considering it again. She's sniffing at the trailer floor. I'm just going to put a little pressure on. Oh, she's relieving herself. I mean, she's stressed by the whole situation. How about that? Good girl. Good girl. Step forward. No, not backwards. Good girl. Ah. Did you just see what happened there? She started to bring her head back. She was about to rear up, and then she reconsidered and took a step forward, which is what I wanted. So I didn't have to keep pressure on the lead. I could actually release it. Now I'm going to tell her she's a good girl, because she is. That was good. And those are little things that can be quite encouraging. It might still be another half hour before she comes in this trailer. But those things are still encouraging because I got to see something that was pretty cool. At least I think so. Okay, come on. Oh, here we go again. Oh no. Hey, look at that. Less reaction. Okay, come on. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Now, sometimes when you're working with your horse, depending on the history you've got with it and how long you've had the horse and stuff like that, and if you haven't had good luck with a lot of things, sometimes it's best don't talk to the horse. Because the second that horse hears your voice, it knows it's you on the other end of the lead, and they know exactly what they can get away with. They got your number, basically. They can read you like a book, and they know exactly what they can or cannot do. So sometimes when you're working with a horse, the best thing you can do is shh, complete silence. Because honestly, in most cases, oh, good girl. She lifted her front foot up. She considered it. That was a good girl. Yeah. Let's try that again. Because in most cases, there's absolutely no reason to talk to your horse. Your physical cues that you're going to use are more than adequate. You don't have to talk to the horse. And a lot of people will, like, every time the horse takes a step forward, and if they're not doing things quite right, and they're always saying, good boy, good boy, good boy, but they're actually letting the horse get away with something, then the horse goes, ha, 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 that's them. I know what I can get away with. You don't want that. So sometimes, when you're trying to change your ways, sometimes it's best just to be quiet. Good girl. You almost took a step in that time. I saw that. Oh, you're going to go again. Okay. Oh. Good girl. There we go. That particular one actually worked very well. I managed to keep pressure on very evenly the whole time up, and as soon as her front feet hit the ground again, I released. There we go. Oh, she's still looking over at the other horses there, but she actually considered coming in the trailer at the same time. And if you see me doing a lot of swatting and stuff, there's a ton of little flies and a bunch of mosquitoes as well flying around here that are really causing havoc. And you get your nose in here. Good girl. There we go. Oh, good girl. I don't think she meant to do that, but she actually just put one foot up on the trailer. I'm quite sure she didn't mean to do that, but I'll take it anyhow. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, there we go. Put your head in. Okay, she's moving constantly now. This is good. There we go. That's a good girl. And she's responding quite quickly to the lead now. Every time she tries turning over, rearing up, backing up or anything, as soon as I put a little pressure on, she comes right back. Now right now she's close enough, yeah, she's going to consider rearing. She considered it, she didn't do it though. Now she's looking at the other horses. I'm getting something out of her though every time I put pressure on. That's really good. That means she's perfectly aware, she's not just shutting down and getting scared. She's very much aware of what's going on here. Good girl. You know, I want your head in here, not looking at the other horses. They're a long ways off, but they're in a shelter over there, and that's, if you'll notice her head always turns to the one side, that's the exact direction of the horses. They're a fair ways over there, but that is where they are. And the one in particular, she's quite bonded to. He's a bit of a protector or whatever you want to call him. And so she's looking to him for help, if you know what I mean. But that's not going to work. Dang bugs. Really annoying. And, oh, not bad. She thought about rearing up, but didn't do it. She almost did. That's good. I think this is actually helpful that I'm pulling down on the lead, because then the pressure and release really works with her movement. I don't have to do very much. And that's one of the things that, if at all possible, if you can get the horse's movement to help you out. You know, it doesn't always work, you can't always do it, but depending on what you're doing, with like leading or whatever. Oh yeah, there's one other thing I have not shown you guys yet with either of these horses. Tying. Tying. I have not shown you how to tie a horse, or how to train a horse to be tied. And the reason for that is, I don't teach horses how to be tied, because you don't need to. I know that doesn't sound right, and a lot of people would disagree with me, because there are people that have what they call a patience post in their yard, which is basically a very stout post buried in the ground, akin to something like a railway tie, something really sturdy. And they would tie the horse to that and then say, go ahead, fight it out, until you'd realize there's no point in pulling. Well, I don't think that's how you teach a horse. Not my idea. But it's still, to this day, a common practice, is to tie a horse up. And, well, I don't teach horses to be tied by tying them. Everything that we do with the horse is teaching it to be tied. So when the day comes that you want to tie the horse, it's not a problem. And I'm not sure, because of how reactive she is, I don't think I'll do it with this one yet. But I'll give you a little demonstration with the other one, depending on how long this video ends up being. Come on, sweetheart. Good girl. Take a step forward now. You got enough room there. She can take a step forward. And I keep this down low so that if she rears, the pressure increases. Oh, good girl. Head's even dropping a little. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Again. Oh, as soon as she turns her head, I'm going to put pressure on again. And she's listening to the lead. It's not like she's oblivious to my existence or anything. So she's pretty smart. She just doesn't trust this big metal monster that's trying to eat her, and she thinks that her buddy over there is going to save her. And that's why she keeps looking over at him to come and help. You know what I mean? But I'm going to put pressure on again, and I'm going to ask her to take a step forward. She's got enough room there, she can. Come on, dear. Yeah, you could have been in here by now. Yeah, she don't know that. She don't care. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. I'm not doing this quite as well as I would like to because this is one of those times where having gloves on would probably be a little better. I could let the rope slide through my hand without risking rope burn. Because you do have to keep pressure on. Some. So, you know, I mean, you're not getting in a tug of war with the horse. But you have to hold on tight enough that you don't lose the rope. Otherwise, the horse gets way on you. That's even worse. That, and you don't want to release at the wrong time. Good girl. She came right up to the trailer and even leaned in and give me a sniff. Very good. Very good. Yes, you're a good little horse. No, 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 no. I'm going to keep the pressure on. There we go. Head comes back. Well, this is taking a while here. And she's got enough room there to take a step forward. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep pressure on until she takes a step forward. Because she can. There's enough room down there. Oh, no, 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 no. She's going to go backwards again. Rear up. Okay, she's back to sniffing the floor again. That means she is again considering it. She's double checking to make sure it's actually safe to get in here. Good girl. There we go. You can come in. You only have to put your front feet in and then you can back up, just like we did with Sierra. Come on, dear. No, 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 no. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, there we go. Good girl. Oh, right there. Good girl. Okay, back. Good girl. There we go. Well, that took a while, but she just all of a sudden 2 feet into the trailer. Let's see if we can get the other two. That was pretty good progress. So I told you we were making progress. It may not have seemed like it, but we were making progress the whole time. Just didn't always look like it. Good girl. Yes, you are a good girl. Okay. Come on in. Yes, you can do this again. Good girl. Good girl. What a lovely little horse. Yes, you are. What a good girl. Okay, can you come some more? A little more. Come on. Rearing up right now would not be a good thing to do. Have to be kind of careful how much I put pressure on when she does that, because if she rears up in the trailer, she might hit her head in the trailer. And that would really be a bad thing. Then she'd really not like the trailer, because last time she got in, it hit her on the head. She doesn't realize she did it to herself. Good girl. Come on. You can come in again. No, no, no. Oh, goodness sakes. Good girl. Oh. She's still not being real cool with this thing, but that's okay. You know, twice we've got her front feet in. And that's huge in my world. And I don't know how long the video is. You've been watching it. So you know that in the real world with a horse that has never been trailer trained. That's how long it takes to get a horse in a trailer with no tools, whip gimmicks, ropes, straps, none of this stuff. Oh, by the way, don't do those things. Goodness sakes! And I do see occasionally people on YouTube, horse training, trailer loading stuff, and they'll use various devices to tap the horse in certain spots. And if done correctly, I'm not against it. But if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. The two that I really am opposed to is somebody will be trying to lead the horse in while somebody else is tapping it on the butt with a whip or a rope or a flag or whatever. That's an absolute no-no. And one of the other ones that you will commonly see too, and I've seen quite a few times, and honestly, years ago I even tried it. It does not work, is where you'd tie a rope onto one side of the trailer, go right around the horse's butt up to the other side of the trailer, and you'd kind of winch it in that way, sort of thing. You force it in. Every time it takes a step forward, you tighten up the rope a little bit so it stays tight and they can't back up, they can only go forward. And, well, believe me, if the horse wants to go back bad enough, rope or not, either it's going to break the rope, tear the tie points off the trailer, give you a rope burn, whatever. It's not going to work, okay? So don't do that stuff. Don't use the whip, the tap method, any of that stuff. Don't use the rope. Just use your bare hands and some wits and a whole lot of patience. You know, she just took a step forward, by the way. I don't know if you even were paying attention to that. You're listening to me yapping. This is taking a while. But I know there's hope because she has done it. She has twice now put 2 feet into the trailer. So I know that she can do it. Get this other piece of lead rope. I like to keep them down tucked in there so they don't flap around too much and hit the horse in the eye. I mentioned that before, how I do up rope halters. I always like to take the tail and I tuck it in so it's not flapping around, because that can be a bad thing. Come on, sweetheart. Come on. In you go. And she says, no, I ain't going in there. Guess what? You are. You just don't know yet. There you go. She's sniffing the floor again. She's considering it. That's what she did the last time before she stepped into the trailer. Not a guarantee she's going to do it this time, but it does mean that in her mind she's considering it. Good girl. There we go. There we go. Good girl. Lovely. What a good little horse. Yes, good little horse. Yes. Oh, I didn't say you could back up. I didn't say you could back up. Come on. Come back in here. You went the wrong way. I didn't tell you could back up like that. Good girl. There. Well, as soon as she started backing up, I put pressure on. I did not actually I didn't try stopping her from backing out, because I've told you before, you will not win a tug-of-war with the horse. It's not going to happen. But I can make her not want to back out that bad, simply by, when she backs up, pressure goes on. And when she comes forward, pressure goes away. Just like now. When she did that, pressure went on. Turn her head in, okay, pressure goes away. As soon as she does what she's supposed to do, if she does something undesirable, pressure goes on. And she's doing it to herself. She's in control of it all. You know, and like I say, you know, when she backed out, I didn't try and stop her, but I did put pressure on. I went with her, and I kept the lead tight so that she got the message that backing up doesn't work. That's not what you're supposed to do. Come on, dear. Oh, my dear, oh dear. Here we go again. There we go. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, no, you don't. No, no, no. Now, you're not stupid enough to think that this is a good idea, because you've already been in here twice and I rubbed on you nice and told you you're a good girl. So you know the trailer is a good place now. Nothing bad happened in here, did it? No. There we go. See? That was just a battle of wills here with this little girl. Come on. See if she'll go in further. No, she will not. Now she says, I just wanted her to step a little further ahead. And she says, no way. That's okay. You want to come in again? There we go. Well, that's 3 times now she's had her front feet in the trailer. And right there, she was very soft on the lead moving towards the trailer. So, you know, even though she's still not in the trailer yet, we're still making progress. Good girl. That's a good girl. Come on. Come on. Well, I didn't even put pressure on the lead that time. Come on. Good girl. Oh, good girl. That's a good girl. See? Good girl. Okay, back out. There we go. Okay, how long was that? Start to finish. You just saw horses in the trailer, go on a trailer, all 4 feet in a trailer for the first time. Okay? You saw it. You watched it happen. This is real world stuff. This is how long it takes to get a horse in a trailer. If it's never been in one before. Well, I guess she kind of has, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't a good experience. So, come on, dear. Come on. You gonna come in? You can come in now. Come on. Oh, she's going to do the rearing again. Yep. You can do this. I know you can. You're a good girl. Come on. Good girl. Oh, and I should also mention, I did again today, what I did in that last video, is I put my car in front of the trailer and hooked it up. We're not moving the trailer anywhere, but this stabilizes it so it can't swing, sway, bounce, teeter-totter, none of that stuff. The trailer absolutely is not going to move because it's attached to my car. So, safety, you know. It takes a couple extra minutes, depends how good you are backing up and lining up with the hitch and all that stuff, how long it takes. But it's a safety item. And it's worthwhile because the consequences could be catastrophic, costly, emotionally traumatic, and well, all kinds of bad things can happen. Good girl. Good girl. Come on. Let's go. I know. Come on, dear. I know you can do this. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, she really doesn't want to go in this trailer. But she did do it. She did it once. We're going to try again. We're going to get in here a couple more times yet, and then we're going to call it quits. Because I want her to come in so I can rub on her, and then she gets the notion that this trailer is a good thing. It's a good place. She gets loving, scratches, all kinds of good stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot. This one likes her ear scratched. I better do that when she comes in the next time. That's a good girl. Come on. Come on. Like I said, you use the horse's motion to your advantage. She reared up, lead pulled. As soon as she came down, she got release. And I really didn't have to do much except try not to drop the lead while she was going up, because sometimes they pull out quite rapidly. So. There we go. Hey, dear, come on. Come on. I know you can do it because you've done it before. A couple of times, several times. Twice with the front feet, and once all 4 went in. She really likes to try and go over there. That's not uncommon. if that door wasn't there, she'd probably go right around the side of the trailer. And, well, there's ways of dealing with that, too. There's a couple different ways. Oh, good girl. There we go. Just have to be patient. Good girl. It's okay. It's okay. Easy, easy, easy. Good girl. And, you know, sometimes you just let them do things on their own terms, and you don't end up with a huge fight. But, oh, my goodness. You know, I'm also trying to make sure she doesn't hurt herself, too, because, you know, if she slams into the door or goes around the corner or trips on that post out there that's holding the door open or all kinds of stuff, there's things that can happen. Oh, she almost fell down there. Slipped in the grass. Grass is a little slippery. It's a tiny bit damp. Now you get your head back in here. There. Now stop looking at them. You look at me. You pay attention to me, dear. Yes, you look at me. That's a good girl. Ooh. Silly horse. Silly horse. That's exactly the kind of thing I didn't want to have happen, is have her come up and hit the trailer. That could be a real bad thing. You know, and that's where you got to be careful how much you push the horse where, because that's exactly the kind of stuff you don't want to have happen. Oh, come on, dear. If I can even get a couple of front feet in again, I think I'll be happy with that. No, when I pull her head to the side, her one foot lifts up a bit. Unfortunately, not enough, and I'd probably have to pull pretty hard to get her to actually lift it off the ground, and I don't want to pull that hard. Like I said, we're not trying to get in a tug of war with her. She's got to do this on her own. We just have to keep enough pressure on that she would rather take a step into here. And that is a mosquito buzzing by my ear. I can tell the difference in the sound between them and the flies. Come on, dear. You can come in. I know you can. Hello. She's kind of stuck. And if the horse gets stuck and does absolutely nothing, sometimes just rocking them back and forth, side to side, gets them unstuck. And I don't care if she reacts in such a fashion that she runs backwards or flips up or whatever, as long as she does something. I don't want to stand here doing nothing all day. It's just not working. Come on. Come on. Oh, she thought about it there. I just saw her one foot lift a little bit there. There we go. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. You don't step in that corner. That floor doesn't look very good over there. Come on, sweetheart. That's a good girl. Good girl. There we are. Now, maybe there's better ways, guys, that have better timing or something, but, I mean, you can't say I'm not making any progress at all. You have seen her come in the trailer. You've also seen violent reactions that she says, I don't want to. So, you know that there's both ends of the spectrum are here. We're dealing with a horse that can react badly, but in fact it is working too. And like I said, I'm sure there's guys out there that could probably do this just as well, if not better than me. But here I am. And Does this work? Well, eventually. I find it funny that she's continuing to react even after, like this, even after she's been in here a few times. Kind of funny. Usually once they've been in once or twice, then they mellow out and it gets easier, but in our case, no. There we go, come on. You gonna come in? Come. There we go, good girl. Good girl. Okay. And she went backwards, I put pressure on. But she came in. I think that's awesome. Good girl. Come on. After you, dear. Thank you. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, it's a good girl. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. There you go. Oh, I forgot you like your ears scratched. I'm going to scratch that one too, eh? Oh, you like that? Yeah. Okay, you can back out now. Well, I think that's where we're going to quit today. The sun is getting low. The big black clouds are getting close. And she did go in the trailer. I would hardly call her trailer broke at this point. But at the same time, I'm pleased with her progress. We're definitely going to have to put her in a few more times before I would even begin to call this good. But it's going to happen. It's going to get there. Well, you saw the progress we made with the other one where eventually we can just send her into the trailer. Well, that's what I hope that we can eventually do with this one. However, this one, it's going to be a lot longer. I think she's going to be in that trailer more than 5 times before we can just send her in, even right now. That was pretty stressful for her. She's sweaty, you know, and so I think it's a good time to quit. She's been a good girl. She went in the trailer. I'm happy with that. So, anyhow, aside from tying, which, like I said, all of this stuff works up to tying. Tying is simply a horse that responds to the halter, so that when it is tied to something and it pulls back, it hits the end of the lead, it goes, oh, I can't go anymore, because there's a lead there. Whether you're holding on to it, and this is how you lead your horse, how you have it flex, like that. All these things all make a horse so that you can tie it. That's all it is. It's just a horse responding to the lead and halter. And if the horse does that well enough, it's going to tie. Simple as that. My own horses, I rarely ever tie because I just simply don't have to. And the only time I ever do is if there's other people around. And rather than letting my horse run around loose, which is usually okay, some people just don't get it and they prefer that the horse is tied up. So if I have to go away for a minute and get something or do something, I'll tie the horse up. So I don't do it unless I have to. But anyhow, you just saw, I just explained what tying is all about. I don't even need to tie a horse because you just saw what it was all about. That's it. So anyhow, I hope you've enjoyed this series because this is the end of it. There's nothing left to do. You've seen absolutely everything that you would do with a horse this young that I could possibly do. There are a couple more things. I think I talked about a couple of them. A few things that you can do with a horse that's a little bit older, that's on the verge of being ridden. But when they're this young, that's it. I've got no more to show you. There's nothing more that I can do with these horses that I could do with the facilities that I have. If I had some fancy schmancy facilities, I could maybe do a couple more things, but not much really. And most of the stuff you don't really need to. And even some of the stuff that I've shown you is kind of optional, like side passing towards you. Well, you don't really need to know how to do that. Well, the horse, I should say. That's not a necessity. But side passing away from you, definitely. It's nice to be able to, if you need to get past your horse, between the horse and an obstacle, it's nice if your horse will move over for you and give you some room. Excuse me, dear, I need you to move over. Thank you. Can you do that? Move over, dear. Yes, there we go. She gives me room. Okay, that's what you want. And, so just practice all of the things that you've seen in this series of videos over and over and over. There's no one thing that's super important, but actually the entire series is. There's nothing in this series that is not important. There isn't a horse out there that does need to know this stuff. It's as simple as that. So take what I've got, watch it over and over again, put it to use, teach it to your horse, because I'm pretty sure that most of you will not be able to go through this stuff as fast as I have. Well, maybe you will if you've got time. But if you can only do it once a week like I've been doing it, possibly not. And so you might actually, you're going to have to go through these videos more than once to bring yourself up to speed to the stages that I was at in the videos, that sort of thing. So please do that. And if you know anybody that has a horse, getting a horse, share my videos, share my channel, and have a great day. Bye now.